our last member, our last invite to the Connolly Cup dinner is a very special player. A kid who just, I can't say enough about this kid. I'm glad to see that he made the final cut. From Star Point, Joe Carlson. This kid unfortunately got hurt with just a couple games to go and couldn't finish the season after the Lockport game. But before that, this kid was on a tear. He was lighting it up, receiving, rushing, kick returns, punt returns. I believe he's also the field goal kicker, the extra point, all that stuff. Joe Carlson was one of the most dominant football players in every phase of the game we've seen this past year, especially in recent memory. Joe had a tremendous season. Joe did something this past year that, you would hope that most other guys would follow his lead. His quarterback went down. And at that time, Joe Carlson was, I don't want to say running away with the Connolly Cup, but he could have been nominated each and every week. He was doing something special, whether it was scoring 4 or 5 touchdowns a game. His quarterback gets hurt, and they had no other quarterback. So Joe, who hadn't played quarterback his entire high school career, who had some experience there, goes behind center and becomes a quarterback. And I believe the first game he plays quarterback, was that against South Park?
It was Sweet Home.
Was it against?
I thought.
I don't think he played quarterback that day, but it was the very next game. So that was South Park. So here's a kid who never played high school quarterback. And you have to go out and play against South Park, against those guys that have been terrorizing offenses all year. All the credit in the world for what that kid did, for being a team first guy. And, Al Cavanaro, I don't even think he had to even convince Joe to do it. He just said, hey, Joe, I need you back. And Joe probably, no problem.
He's a class act, and when
Yes.
you watch how he played the game, and particularly after he was injured, it didn't make a difference what position he was playing. And like you mentioned, he probably was like Micah, playing 6 different positions and on special teams, defense and offense. So he's a good recipient for this award.